She's reading at night, when suddenly this mosquito starts buzzing right in her ear. She gets so pissed she's about to smack it, but then accidentally notices the peeling wallpaper, and there's something weird hiding underneath. She's about to peel it off to see what's there, when suddenly there's noise coming from outside. To check if someone broke in, Lisa slowly walks downstairs to investigate. Turns out it's just a window she forgot to close, so she shuts it without thinking twice. But right when she turns around to go back to her room, something freaky happens. The window behind her suddenly opens by itself. No choice. She closes it again, but the next second. Here's the creepy part though, her sister was literally just outside the window, so how'd she instantly appear inside the house? So Lisa asks her sister when she came downstairs, but her sister says she's been standing here the whole time. Before she can even process that, Lisa spots a shadow moving past her brother's room. Realizing someone might have broken in, she carefully opens the door. Luckily it's just her brother who's in a coma lying there, no one else in the room. At this point, Lisa finally relaxes a bit. She's about to take her sister upstairs to rest, when suddenly an alarm goes off in her brother's room. Their mom rushes to his room, and finds her brother's heart rate dropping fast. Mom freaks out and gives him a shot, then starts doing CPR real quick, but unfortunately, her brother's heart eventually stops. To keep her mom from being upset, Lisa just casually says something.
That's what you want, isn't it? That's what God would want.
And gets slapped hard across the face. But plot twist, because of that slap, her brother's heartbeat miraculously comes back, like he was totally cool with his sister getting hurt. Watching her mom happily hug her comatose brother, Lisa just goes back upstairs all annoyed. Her sister wants to hug him too, but then the next second he suddenly opens his eyes. This totally freaks Lisa out, but mom's actually super happy, because this means her son Jack's gonna wake up soon. She thought the creepy stuff was over, but when Lisa wakes up the next day, she suddenly sees her brother's reflection appearing in the mirror, but when she turns around, she only sees her mom walking towards her. All these weird things happening make Lisa suspect there's something wrong with this house they just moved into. To confirm her suspicions, she quickly searches for info about the house, and discovers this place is straight up haunted. 40 years ago, a family of 6 died mysteriously. 4 decades after, this house has been non-stop haunted. First thing when she gets back, Lisa asks her mom if she knew about the house's history, but mom says it's just rumors. Total BS. Looking at the weird wallpaper exposed on her bedroom wall, Lisa just rips all of it off, and discovers that red stain on her bedroom wall is actually blood from someone who died 40 years ago. Just thinking about living in a house where someone died gives Lisa the creeps, so she goes to bed early, but right after she falls asleep, she kinda feels her sister crawling into her bed, so half asleep she sends her sister back to her room, but then suddenly touches a wet stain on the bed. This scares the crap out of Lisa, but then the stain just disappears. Before Lisa can even react, she sees that creepy dude from back then right in front of her, but then she suddenly wakes up from the nightmare. Turns out everything that just happened was just a bad dream. Soon, her classmates find out Lisa's living in a haunted house. Looking for some thrills, they show up at Lisa's place at midnight, planning to watch a horror movie in the haunted house, but right when they get to the good part, the power randomly goes out. No choice. They gotta sneak into the basement to flip the breaker. But right then Lisa's mom suddenly shows up. Turns out the blanket fell off her paralyzed son. Mom thinks Lisa's sketchy friends did it, so she kicks all the classmates out. But Lisa clearly remembers. Her friends never went into her comatose brother's room, since mom's worried her son got cold last night. The next day she has a doctor come check on him, but they find a maggot crawling on the bed. The doctor immediately knows something's really wrong, and quickly moves Jack to check. Sure enough, Jack's back is covered in bugs. Good thing what just happened was just a hallucination, but this makes the doctor refuse to treat him anymore. He thinks this house is seriously evil, and gets the hell out of there ASAP. And right after this incident, the creepy stuff starts happening way more often. So this little girl's trying to sleep at night, when suddenly this creepy AF shadow shows up at her door. She freaks out and yanks the covers over her head. After making sure nobody's coming in, she slowly peeks her head back out. But wait for it, the closet next to her just randomly opens by itself. Before she can even react, her vegetative brother's voice comes out of nowhere from the closet. When he tells her to hide inside the closet, the little girl doesn't think twice and jumps right in, but then the door slams shut on her, which scares the living daylights out of her. Her sister Lisa hears the noise and rushes to her room, but the little girl is straight up gone, so she heads downstairs to look for her, and finds her mom downstairs doing God knows what. This freaks Lisa out so bad she runs back to her room, but now there's someone lying in her bed, and here's where it gets wild. It looks exactly like her.
Who's this?
Next thing you know, her brother takes her out. Turns out this whole thing was just another messed up nightmare. The next morning, their aunt brings the eye-tracking device so the vegetative brother can type. Seeing her brother communicate with his eyes, Lisa's so happy she forgets about all the weird stuff. But plot twist, that night, she finds her brother at her doorway looking sketchy, like he's straight up spying on her. This gives Lisa major bad vibes, so the next day she hits up her best friend, and tells him about all the crazy stuff going down. Her friend comes through big time, and gives Lisa this book about evil spirits. It's got all the details about haunted houses, and how to deal with evil spirits. Turns out these spirits live in red rooms in the basement of haunted houses, and they show up every 40 years. To keep the spirits from getting out and causing chaos, a priest drew these magic lines around the haunted house, so the spirits can only move within those boundaries. Since it's been exactly 40 years since that family of 6 died, they realize the evil spirit from the haunted house probably possessed Lisa's vegetative brother. To test this theory, Lisa goes to her brother's room, planning to use the device to ask him what's really going on. No way, he actually admits he's possessed, and types out "kill him" with his eyes. He's suffering so much right now, he just wants to be free from the evil spirit. Seeing her brother begging like this, Lisa tearfully unplugs his respirator. But then,
you're the one who's gonna fucking die!
Yep, her brother's definitely possessed by something evil. Right then their mom hears the commotion and rushes in. Just as mom's about to plug the respirator back in, she's shocked to find Jack's breathing on his own.
He's breathing on his own. He deserves to live. Get out. If you touch him again, I swear.
While mom's seeing hope in all this, Lisa can't sleep anymore, cause she knows once her brother's body recovers, it's game over for their whole family. To protect her family from getting taken out by the evil spirit, Lisa heads straight to the basement, and starts hammering the wall like crazy. Sure enough, she finds a red room on the other side. This is exactly where the evil spirit lives according to the book, but there's literally no sign of it anywhere. Right then, her sister playing by the river suddenly spots a dead dog floating in the water. This scares her so bad she starts screaming. Lisa hears the commotion and rushes outside, but only sees her aunt holding her sister, while mom's just standing there with her comatose brother doing nothing. And they're standing right at the edge of the magic circle. This immediately feels off to Lisa, and sure enough, that night mom reveals the truth. Turns out the reason mom moved the family here was to wake up her comatose son. Mom tells Lisa she used to be a believer in God, but God completely ignored her prayers and took her husband's life a few years ago. So out of anger she started worshipping the demon instead. Seeing her comatose son getting better every day, she thought she made the right choice, but she totally underestimated how evil the demon was. Because that night when everyone's asleep, Jack, who was in a coma, suddenly sits up and heads straight to the basement, then crawls into that red room. His skinny body instantly becomes super buff. Right then, the aunt who was out just happens to come home, and possessed Jack takes her out instantly. Mom hears the noise and tries to check it out, but realizes she's locked in her bedroom. Then all the windows in the house start closing by themselves. Jack slowly walks to his sister's room, planning to take out his own sister. But here's the thing, Lisa's already hiding with her sister in the closet. Then Jack goes to his mother's room, and takes her out without hesitation. But Jack quickly realizes Lisa and her sister are still alive, so he immediately heads downstairs to find them. Lisa tries to sneak out with her sister, but gets blocked by a reanimated evil dog. No choice, Lisa tells her sister to run, while she deals with the evil dog, but her sister gets caught by Jack. He takes her back to the bedroom, planning to finish her off in her own bed, but at the last second, Lisa shows up behind him, grabs him and charges downstairs. Right when Jack's down, Lisa suddenly remembers the magic circle from the book, so she drags Jack outside the magic circle. Sure enough, this actually works. The next second, the evil power in Jack starts fading away, and he quickly turns back into that withered body from before, finally free from it all. And at the end of the story, Lisa takes her surviving sister, and gets the hell out of that nightmare house that same night.